Hey, what's going on? John's head is cut off, but it's wild. Welcome to the HFD Premier League Podcast.
Is that better?
That's better.
Is better?
That's better. Back. Johnny G's back after a hiatus last week. What's going on? Oh,
what happened? What was I going to get again? Oh, I had Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins.
John does look a bit like a thumb.
A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
That's wild. I've never done that before, but I'll steer clear from that.
What's going on, man? How you been?
Good. I watched Man United today.
What's that?
I watched United today.
You know, I didn't watch the game, so I was asleep from night shift. So I do know the scoreline, 3-2. So another lost friendly match. Is it a concern or
I don't know. He started with He started with almost, you think out of the team that started, like Sancho maybe is like a starter. Like it was Maguire, Lindelof. I don't even know who played left back, but Delo was playing. Donny, McTominay, Ericsson. That Forsen was on the wing, Palestri and Sancho. So it was like a full, and they had him under the pump. It was just, I don't know.
Why did we start the game with second stringers? Don't you think you need to get your first team more fit, or
maybe he wants to get them some fitness too? I don't know, because they haven't played much. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because it's sort of the starting lineup, and it looked like second stringers for sure. So,
definitely.
Ten Hag just does what he wants, I guess.
Ten Hag does what he wants, man. He's the man. If you look like Walter White, you can do whatever you like.
Do whatever you want.
That's the rules. You're that badass, you do whatever you like.
Yeah.
What's happening, man? So since you've been here, man, we had Rob last week. We talked about Man City a bit, got his insight into it, but we got here we go for Rasmus Højlund, man. It's in the thumbnail, in the heading. What are we saying? 70. I think he's our 6th or 5th ever biggest signing ever, like transfer fee.
Yeah. So is he our biggest striker fee ever, Rasmus?
I'd say so. I remember when they were losing it in '99 because we paid 12 million for Dwight York.
That's a bargain, right?
That is way too much.
But yeah, look, we've been screaming out for a striker. Time will tell if he's the right striker. I think a lot of people complaining that the price is too much. But look, if it all works out and he's only 20 years old, it'll probably end up being a bargain buy. But it all depends on how his career pans out at Man United. It's quite a bit of money. I heard he's only been at Atalanta for 1 year, so I think Atalanta picked him up 17 million. And 1 year later, he goes to Man United for about £72 million. So it's a lot of money. And just couple concerns. Is he going to be leading Man United strike force? Is our main guy up there at 20 years old? Can he shoulder the load? Can he take the responsibility? Those questions will be answered at the course of the season, but I do think he needs help. So we'll see if Man United do any sort of shrewd business towards the end of the year, maybe get an experienced striker on a loan or on a free to help him out.
Yeah, listen, he definitely won't do it on his own. I think he'll put Rashford through the middle a lot, and even Sancho. Maybe that's why he's been every preseason game. Sancho has played false nine, so you don't know if that's what he wants to do with him. Varane wasn't there today because of it wasn't an injury, but Varane and who else did they say? I can't remember who they said. They were missing because of, and Wan-Bissaka, I think, weren't in the squad at all because of some reason. And we had Johnny Evans in the second half with Martinez, man, and the guy got past him and cut it back. It was like, I don't know. If that was Varane, that wouldn't have happened. That's what I think. It's just, and Maguire was just again Maguire, and I don't know, Rob reckons in Cuckoo at Chelsea and Diaz at Liverpool are scoring freely during preseason, and he reckons coaches give every fringe player a chance during preseason. He goes, it's just some, normal. Oh, he's been bringing them on at half time though, hasn't he? Like I thought, yeah, I don't know. I still would have went with the stronger team and then brought them on at half time again, but does it really matter? I don't think so. They're playing half a game each anyway.
So was it sloppy defending that cost us the goals today?
Oh, yeah, we were 1-0 up. We looked cruising, and then we conceded 2 goals in like a minute. It was just crap. And Heaton was in goals as well. Then Onana came on, and he made like a killer save from Hala, like one-on-one, like was a certain goal. So he made a real good save from him, and I don't know. Apparently, Dwight York reckons everyone that asked for Onana to replace De Gea is going to regret that decision. He reckons De Gea's 100 times better. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And he's an ambassador. He's an ambassador for United, and he's coming out and saying shit like that.
I mean, it's going to take a lot of adjusting, even as a fan, to see De Gea not between the sticks.
Oh, big time.
2 different type of goalies, I guess. I think Onana's more eccentric, more likes to be involved in the build-up play and stuff like that. Better shot stopper, better reflex keeper. I'm not too sure. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, the good thing is he's 28. He's retired from Cameroon already. So when African Nation Cup goes, we don't lose him. That's one positive. But I know it's hard to take anything from these games, man. When they're like, wouldn't you think one of the friendlies you got to go? I don't know. There's obviously one more. There's going to be another one at Old Trafford. I don't know who they're playing, but wouldn't you think you play your first team and treat it like a full, give them 70, 80 minutes?
Yeah, I suppose. Have we got one more game to go? Or
yeah, maybe. Well, there'll be one, and there'll be one on the Charity Shield week too, so probably 2 more.
You'd think coming right up to the season, you put your best 11 out just to, get them fully fit, get them working together, knowing each other a bit more because there's a few new players in the squad. So maybe this was the last game we see Ten Hag start with the second sort of the B team, if you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, I like what Rob said here. This is what I think. Ten Hag did this with Maguire in that last year. Like he gave them a chance when we got thumped by Brighton and Brentford. And like this is what Rob said. He goes, Ten Hag can say to the fringe players, you've had your chance. You don't cut it. Work harder, whatever. You're not cutting it, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
100%.
And he says as well, I agree with Kat, try one game with your best 11. But so touch back on Højlund. Next game, I mean, they've said here we go, personal terms, but we haven't seen him hold the shirt yet, but we know it's done. But he's got to play ASAP, doesn't he?
Oh, 100%.
He's got to be playing round 1, I think. He has to play.
So when's it going to be official? Like midweek?
Within a day? Yeah, well, it'll be nighttime there now. It'll be morning there now. So maybe this morning, like there. So, tomorrow, Tuesday morning for us, which would be Monday over there for them. So my dad's there. He rang me last night from London. They're 8 hours behind or something. So then,
Yeah, so it's Monday. So they don't work on weekends. They have to do it during the week. Is that
well, that's what it's like, isn't it? Well, yeah, I know. Why don't they work on weekends? I don't get it. Like, what they're agents. What's the difference? I don't know. But so he has to come in, doesn't he? Like round 1, we want to see Højlund play. I don't want to see any of this, Casemiro where he didn't start for like a month. He's got to play.
I can see him starting the bench though for Wolves. I really can.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think he will.
But he obviously is not going to go over to America. It's too late for that.
Nah, well, it's done. That's the end of the tour. So
yeah, right.
So the next game's at Old Trafford. So listen, it was all right today. Anthony scored a nice goal. It was a nice finish on his left foot. I still think he's too predictable. Pellistri played good. I thought he played well. He started, which was good. It was good to see Ten Hag give Pellistri and Van de Beek starts. And Deleuze scored a cracker outside the box. It's a cracker goal. So,
yeah.
I don't know, but, we haven't been on the winning side.
There's
talks
of Van de Beek leaving, I hear, as well.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think if Amrabat comes in, the writing's on the wall, but that depends if McTominay. You got to get rid of someone. Like we talk about it, you can want these players, but I mean, when you actually sit there and look at it, you can't have Casemiro, Eriksen, Mount, Van der Beek, McTominay, Fred, Amrabat. Can't have. That's just off the top of my head, 7 central midfielders. But that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bruno, you can't say you count Bruno as a midfielder. That's 8.
And it looks like Kobe Manu has really stepped up. It looks like in Ten Hag sort of picking order. So,
yeah, I agree.
It's going to be.
Ronald says, "Hi KP, Johnny G. I love your hat." United. He says, "What's that?"
Thanks, Ron. You're a nice guy. But I think Ronald's a Port fan, isn't he? Because I think he was going.
I'm not sure. I think he just says it to be on Chris's side. I'm not sure.
To be on the big man side.
Yeah, he just backs up the big man a little bit. I'm not sure. What formation is Ten Hag playing? Well, I think he's doing like a 4-2. That's what Rob said. I think he's doing it. Oh, he's a Richmond, Chris said, is Ronald. I think he just backs up the big man. I think he does a 4-2-3-1. But I think when he attacks, he wants it to be a 4-3-3. But then when they're sitting, he wants it. When we're at home, I think he just wants Casemiro there. So more of a 4-3-3. But I don't know. Formations are so fluid these days. Who knows?
I was looking at highlights from Rasmus Højlund, and he's a fairly big bloke, man. He's looks like for 20-odd, he's gonna be a physical player. So I think United need that because I don't particularly see Sancho or Rashford, even Garnacho. They're very flary type players, not with that really bully type. So I think Rasmus Højlund up there adds a bit of that bulliness to the front line of United, I think. And another thing with United, we're lacking creativity at the front third. We need to start creating a bit more for this kid to have some chances to score. Man City should be the blueprint for a lot of big clubs, how they create their chances and work the ball around to that killer pass or that killer opportunity. So it's going to be interesting to see. But look, I'm excited about Rasmus, man. I really am. I'm not sure what number he's going to get. Martial's got the number 9, has he?
Well, it depends what happens with Greenwood. Greenwood's got 11. Martial's got 9. 7 is Mount. 8 is Bruno. 10 is Rashford. He's probably just have another number. I don't know. Not sure. Dr. Laz, a.k.a. Rob, reckons if he does 4-2-3-1, you would think Amrabat and Casemiro would be first choice. And I think so. I think that's why he wants Amrabat. He had him at Ajax. So, but then again, like Donny, he had Donny at Ajax. He was a star there. So, but who knows? Damn says Leeds are wild. Damn, this is a Premier League show, man. I don't know,
I'm so surprised. We love the Crows, us three, and then he just goes the other way around on us and goes Leeds.
Oh, where'd he pull that from? They're like, barring City and Liverpool, they're like our biggest rival. It's unbelievable. But and then Ronald says, subscribe, please. Chris says, go Spurs. Rob says, Mudryk, Chelsea looking good too. See, I said this already. I want to touch on them a bit. Before, the other topic I want to talk about is Villa, big time. But I want to talk about Chelsea. I said this to you whenever it was 2 weeks ago, that I'm tipping them to do really good. And I agree with Rob. I've been watching. They look good in preseason. Mudryk is doing good. That Nkunku is scoring goals. He hasn't really even got a forward yet, and he's still scoring goals. But I just think they got a proper coach. Whatever. I know the English want to amp up Potter. They want to amp up their managers. But Pochettino's a good manager. He got a bad rap at PSG, and he still won the league. He did better. The guy that replaced him has been sacked already because he did worse than Pochettino. So, I mean, Tuchel got sacked from PSG and then won a Champions League with Chelsea. So, could we be seeing the same thing? I mean, when you look back, what me and you were saying this 5 years ago, we wanted him back then. I remember us talking about it. What he did with Tottenham, making a Champions League final with Tottenham, I don't think people realise how good of an achievement that is. 100%. And borderline probably should have beat Liverpool. But so I think they're going to do good, man. I don't know what you think.
We've got a few in the chat at the moment.
Yeah, man. Well, did I read Ajax kudos on Man United shopping list? Yes, I heard that apparently they might look at kudos instead of Amrabat. But again, it could just be paper talk. That's all right. We can't all like the same things, Dan reckons.
It's true. It's true.
It's very true. That's what makes it the beautiful game. GT says, hey, everyone. And Leeds will get promoted, Dan reckons. Well, then we can talk about them next year, can't we, Dan?
Well, yeah. But going back to what you said about Chelsea, look, they got no Europe, so they can pretty much field their best 11 every week and they'll be pretty fresh. So you've seen in the past that teams of that caliber, like the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the even Liverpool, when you don't have Europe and you can solely focus on the league, it really helps your team climb up that ladder quick. So I do reckon Chelsea is a big top four threat. You never know, man. They could be a title threat to Man City. They've got the players, they've got the coach, and they're lacking probably a striker. But the window's still open for them. I'm not sure what strikers are available, but you know what I mean. They're going to be good. I think they signed a couple more players just this week. I saw.
Yeah, they did.
I forget their names. Desiree? Is it Desiree?
They signed that guy that United wanted, the centre-back, Dasisi from Monaco.
Yeah. And they signed someone else as well. It's like 2 signings.
Yeah, I think so. But we wanted that guy, Dasisi, but he's gone to Chelsea now. So, I mean, they're not scared to spend money. And they still got Fernandes. They got him halfway through the year last year, World Cup winning midfielder. Rob has agreed with you here. Like he's saying, Chelsea, no Europe. Like, look out. And I said this to you, last time they had no Europe, they got Conte in, proper manager, and they killed the league. And the other thing that I always remember is, I think Pochettino has a real good record against Pep as well, with Tottenham and when he was with Espanyol, when he was at Barca. So that's another thing to look out for. I think he's got a good record against, like, Pep. So, I mean, he's got the riches, doesn't he? Like it's like whoever he wants, Todd Bowley is going to get him. So,
and they're going to look like a new team with no Havertz and Mount and stuff like that, and they got rid of a lot of their Kante and obviously a few others off the top of my list, Koulibaly. A lot of players have gone out, so it's a very
Pulisic,
new Chelsea, very new look Chelsea, especially under Pochettino, who's known for bringing players working well together. So, dangerous mix of Chelsea, and watch out for them in the top 4.
So the one thing I don't know what they're going to do is like you said, they've sold heaps of players. They sold Koulibaly, Kante, Pulisic, Aubameyang gone, I think. Lukaku's doing whatever he's doing. They sold Mendy, the goalkeeper, who a couple of years ago got voted best keeper in the world. Is Pochettino going to play with Kepa, or is he going to sign someone? Because personally, I think Kepa is trash. People that were paying out De Gea, go watch Kepa, mate. Like you're creaming. Like he's terrible.
I was surprised when Potter did he changed back to Kepa, or was the manager before?
Yeah, and there you go. That's why he got sacked, because that's the whole world knew that was the wrong decision.
Yeah, so Kepa for me, like, I don't know, he's never been dominant keeper, so
terrible.
It looks like a kid in a man's game almost. So I'm not sure who their second stringer is if they've got rid of Mendy.
Well, apparently they're trying to get Raya from Brentford still, and he's better than Kepa.
Yeah, also Bayern Munich trying to get Raya, and I've also said Arsenal in the mix for Raya too. So
that's interesting.
I think Brentford have got a bidding war for their keeper, because I definitely heard Bayern Munich and Arsenal's name in for that player. So if they want him, I think they've got a bit of competition there, because obviously the other 2 teams can offer him Europe. But I agree with you, man. Kepa for me is a weak point for Chelsea. They probably, if they could get a decent keeper and a striker in, definitely watch out. And they got some good players, man.
Well, then, like you touched on Brentford there. If I was going back to Man United for 2 seconds, like we got Rasmus Højlund in. He's banned until Christmas. If I was United, I'd go to Brentford and say, here's 40 million for Ivan Toney. He's not going to play till Christmas because of that gambling ban, which fucking is farcical anyway. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. I'd go offer them money. Say, here's 40 million, man.
I think it'd be great in United.
Yeah, and then him and Højlund could share that after, after Christmas. But yeah, so Rob says it's a completely new Chelsea. No Mendy, Koulibaly, Kante, Mount, Aubameyang, Kovacic. We didn't say him. He went to City. We touched that already. Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, gone. He says, goodness me. And then Chris C says, hi, Johnny. It's Andrea. And he says, hi, KP. How you doing, Andrew?
Yes, mate. Are you a Man United or Tottenham fan like your dad?
Definitely Man United. Definitely Man
United. Yeah, Rob's completely right. Look at we forget so many players that have left Chelsea. It's a completely new team, new manager. So, yeah, I think there's going to be big improvements of Chelsea. I really do.
Well, I think all clubs have got to take a leaf out of Chelsea's book, like United do big time. Fucking just sell players. Don't sit there and think, like, apparently we rejected a bid for 20 million for Maguire last week from West Ham. Why? Don't try to get more, just fucking sell him. Like Koulibaly, they bought him 1 year with shit. See you later, mate. You're gone. Ronald says Johnny G and KP is a best man. Yeah, we are. We're legends.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks,
Ronald, you're a nice guy. Go for the Crows.
Ronaldo as well. If he goes for the Crows, and then Ronald, do you go for Man United? We love you, right?
Yeah, Man United all the way.
The next team I want to touch on, because I was watching a few videos about it.
Before you go on, Chelsea, where they're finishing?
Listen, man, I reckon top four. I'm always going to say United are going to finish. I'm always going to tip us for top four. It's going to be hard, but I think the top four, and it's really weird saying this because Arsenal finished second, but I legit think it's going to be City, no order, City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea.
Wow, no Arsenal.
Now, I think the Europe might get to them, but in saying that, I'm a United fan. The same thing could happen to us. We could turn around and we could be the ones that capitulate, not being ready for Europe. You know what I mean? I think Arsenal or United could easily fall out of there. And yeah, Liverpool are definitely. I don't know. I've got to wait and see. Liverpool. I'm tipping them now. If they start slow, then fair enough. But
is there a world where Man City don't make the top four with a few of their key players leaving this year?
I don't think there's a world where they don't win the title, but not making the top. They'll make the top four. There's a world where they don't win the title, I think, but
De Bruyne are a little bit older. Gundogan gone.
Yeah, maybe losing their captain.
Which defenders have left as well? Didn't some defenders leave? I can't remember.
Laporte's going, I think. So
they hardly used him last. So.
Yeah, they got Cancelo back, but is him and Pep, are they going to get along? Who
they're still favorites. They're still favorites for the.
Oh, listen, they are, but the thing is, I think this year, like we've touched on it before, I think this year is going to be a bit like yesteryear when we had Sir Alex, Arsene Wenger, like that. More teams are going to take points off people, and that's what I want to touch on now. The one team I want to talk about is Villa. I was watching a lot of videos about, the club were doing it today, Stretford Paddock did one. Are they pushing for top four? Their signings, man. Tielemans, Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen, ripper winger. Pau Torres, was on United and Real Madrid's list, centre back. He played for Emery there, and he's gone there. Are they? He took them to 6th or 7th or something from relegation last year. He's got a whole year with them. So,
I mean, they've got the ingredients of doing a Newcastle year. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. See, I forgot about them when you asked me. Newcastle made the top four. I think this year more teams are going to take more points off of each other than last year. That's what I think. So,
no easy game this year. It's going to be very competitive.
Ronald says, I'm going for Al Nassr, my man Ronaldo, he reckons.
Al Nassr.
GT says, I'll be surprised if Liverpool finish second. I'm not saying they'll finish second. I said that's in no order. I just think they'll be
in top four.
Up there. And then Rob says, agree. Villa are pushing top four. Tielemans will excel. Emery is a class coach. He could beat Man City, he's saying. At a game at Villa Park, you could get something out of it.
I mean, talking about Villa, they feel like they've got, a team there that will compete with the top boys and the big boys. I mean, every team's going to dread to go to Villa Park and play the boys there. So,
big time, bro.
They got good defense. They look like they're building on their midfield. They've got strikers there. They've got a great manager in Emery. Look, you can say Emery's a better manager than Eddie Howe. He's He's up there with the Artetas and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's a very good manager. He's won a lot of cups. You know, so Villa are secretly building, man, and definitely a team to watch out for. And it's just another competitive spot for not just the top 4, the top 6. You know, even the top 6 these days is that competitive to get in. Like you can name all the teams, and there's going to be 3 or 4 teams that miss out that should be around that mark. So,
yeah,
if you don't keep improving in this game, you get left behind. And I'm happy, obviously, for Man United. They look like they're improving their squad, so that's a good thing. I feel like Tottenham are the only ones that are going backwards at the moment. So, maybe we touch on them a bit later. But for me, Villa are above Tottenham right now.
Oh, definitely, man. I feel bad saying it because of Ange, but because his owner is going through this, I don't know what it is, going through some legal drama, Ange is a dead man walking, man, because he's getting no funds. And I feel for him because it's not a slight on him, but they are not buying anyone because of what's happening with, it's not Levy, it's the guy that actually owns it. He's going through some huge court case now. And I feel for Ange, man. Like, if you don't get given players, you're done.
You got a Tottenham team where Harry Kane, he loves the club, but he doesn't really want to be there. And obviously, you touched on they're not buying anyone. The team's already lacking so many quality signings in that squad.
Yeah,
like you said, man, we love Ange, but he's taking over a Tottenham side that's one of the hardest sides to, get success from. Really.
Rob reckons, is HFD Media running an EPL tipping comp? I would like to do one. If everyone wants to do one, tell me in the Discord, and because it's on the same app that we've got our footy tips one on, so we can do it. It's pretty easy to organise.
Well,
it's on that. It's on that ESPN footy tips. It's easy to do. So if we want to do it, we can definitely do it. But yeah, I feel a bit for Ange. But yeah, back to Villa. Like, Emery is technically the 3rd most successful manager managing in the Premier League, because he's won 4 Europa Cups. He's won, Copa del Rey's. He's won a French league with PSG. So he's won trophies. And, I mean, they got a World Cup winning goalkeeper. They got Luca Digny at left back. They got Pau Torres centre back now. They got Tielemans, Ollie Watkins, Digny. Danny Ings up front. They got that Jamaican winger. What's his name? Forget his name now.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about. He come from.
He scored against us from the German league. Yeah.
Yeah.
He scored against us. So, like, they got him. They got Diaby now on the other wing. Like, they got a good team, man. So, Mark Johns reckons, oi, man, the front bums are playing. Go Matildas. Go Matildas.
I haven't been following the World Cup girls too much, but I think the Matildas, they're playing tonight. So
yeah, that's what he said. They're playing now, so go there, man, definitely. But yeah, so I mean, I think we're all in agreement that Villa definitely on the up. Like, what people don't get about Villa is, you go there, it's a big stadium. These guys are former European Cup winners. Like, they got a big 50,000 capacity stadium. The whole town is behind them in Birmingham. It's going to be tough to go there, man. Like, that's what I think. But
obviously, we're going to do all our predictions. Is it possibly next week or the week after? How close are we to the season?
The Charity Shield will be on the 8th or 9th, so we're very close, like 2 weeks away.
So not this weekend, next weekend is the Charity
Pretty much.
Shield?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, so the weekend coming up is the 5th, I think. So August 5th, I think it's that. But yeah, like whatever it is after that, 9th or whatever it is, around there somewhere. So
as we stand, where you put Villa? Have you got them in the top 6 at least? At the moment. Obviously, we'll do our final predictions.
Going 6th. I'm going 6th.
Yeah, I've look around that mark at the moment. You have to say the way they're shaping up their season, but there's so many teams. So
Isn't it hard thinking about it's going
to be a hard prediction year, I'm telling you.
It's hard thinking about it because when I just said the top four, then Arsenal, Newcastle finished top four, like this year that just passed. That's already a top six without Villa.
Yeah.
If you put Chelsea back up there,
100%.
Yeah, 12th of August is the first game. There's Burnley City. Burnley City.
Well, there you go. Tomorrow is the first, so
I think the Charity Shield is the 5th. Sorry, not the 8th. Next or the 6th, whatever it is over there, the 6th, which is Sunday of the weekend coming up.
So that's this weekend coming up
that's the Charity Shield.
There you go, guys. So next week we'll be doing our predictions.
We will be. So
next Monday night.
What is that? Is Monday night your last night shift?
Yes. So,
well, maybe we can swindle it. We'll do it Tuesday night again, so we can get our predictions in for the start of the season.
Possibly, and maybe we get Rob on for the prediction night. So
we'll get us three. We'll do us three Tuesday night if everyone's available.
Yeah, no worries.
We'll just tweak it a bit just for that week. Yeah, so I think our game, we're the last game. Man City are the first game of the round, and we're playing Wolves on the Monday. So,
that game against Man City is going to be a tough one. I reckon Burnley going to.
Mate, imagine they win. Company gets points. That'll be the best. That'll be wild.
He would love it if he gets something from that City game.
Oh, dude, he'd be loving it. But yeah, so. I don't know. So I was saying,
who's looking bad these days, shaping up towards? I haven't heard much of Everton signing many people. I don't know if they have or not.
I think they're in trouble, bro. Luton obviously are in trouble. Wolves, I think, are in trouble, man.
Yeah.
They lost Neves
and Jimenez, or
Jimenez is gone. I mean, let's just say, I mean, United, we don't do it usually, but imagine United come out and spank them round one at Old Trafford. They get done, even 3-4-0, 3-0 is, you don't want that. The writing's on the wall, I think, for Wolves, which is unfortunate because they got a good manager in. But I think Everton are in trouble. Bournemouth, I don't know what's going on with them. Luton, obviously. But even Brentford, man, I think the whole Ivan Toney thing might hurt Brentford.
Yeah, I need to look on their signings if they've done any more signings or something like that. But I do fear for Everton and Wolves especially. It seems to me that they've lost players and rather gained good players. So
yeah,
I mean that will fall into our prediction thing down the line. But so I think a lot of teams are in trouble. But what about the Mbappe thing last week?
Oh, man, we talked about it. Me and Rob talked about it. Who knows what's going on with him. Rob just said he can't make Tuesday, so me and John will do Tuesday so we can get our tips in. It will be me and John next week, and then because he's going to the France-Germany World Cup game. There you go.
Oh, wow. There you go.
That's good. Blockbuster at Haimarsh, he said. But, yeah, so, I mean, those teams, I think they're the ones I mentioned are in trouble, How long can Everton keep going like this? They're skin of their teeth, man.
Is it still Sean Dyche as the manager?
Yeah, he's kept the gig.
Well, he's known to sort of keep teams above float, you know what I mean? So, you don't expect the most prettiest football with Sean Dyche, but
no.
His type of manager will keep you in the Premier League at least, so... Is that what Everton just strive to do now? Just, you know what I mean? Just stick around? But
I know it's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, so...
I know, we touched on it, how there's going to be harder games this year. Apparently, Burnley are looking... Apparently, they want to, cement themselves in the league. And going to Burnley was hard. Even when they, were playing Sean Dyche football. So now going there, I mean, we smacked them in the cup last year, but that was at Old Trafford. Yeah, I don't know. Rob says Australia 2-0, Canada. There you go. Is he telling us the
Sam,
score, or is
Sam
that a
playing?
prediction?
Is Sam Kerr playing, chat, or is she still out? I think that's our best player, I think, Sam Kerr.
See, Rob reckons there'll be easy wins like Luton, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth and Brentford. See, but I don't know, Brentford are not the easiest of beats. I mean, they did the double on Man City last year. Nottingham Forest at the City ground, there, you know.
Was that Brentford's first year last year or second year?
Second, I reckon. Second.
So this is their third year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think the Tony thing is going to hurt them. That's what I think personally, but
yeah,
you know, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that was such a silly betting thing. I don't think he had much to do with it either. So,
nah, man, like because we're under the same bracket here by FIFA. Like us players, we're not allowed to bet on our games, right? That's how law goes. But Danny Murphy was touching on it. He goes, if you're playing in the lower leagues, no one has ever told these people they're not allowed to put bets on games. And he wasn't betting on his games. How was he meant to know? Like I never knew that back when I was younger playing. How was he going to know and then ban him? Give him a fine. He's got money. Just fine him or something. They didn't know. And it happened, 5 years ago.
So if you're a player, can you bet on another league at least, like out of the country, or you just can't gamble at all, really?
Not in the leagues here. Not allowed to gamble on the games here. Yeah, and it's very touchy about even gambling on NPL in Melbourne and stuff like that as well.
Really?
Yeah. So, but over there, obviously, it's. But like the thing is, they never. Even with us, we had a huge meeting about it with the federation about 4 years ago. But that was 4 years ago, man. I was still 34 then. I didn't know when I was 20. I didn't know when I was younger. How was Tony meant to know? But, it is what it is.
Yeah, because I have seen Adelaide Cobras in the betting before. So I'm like, oh, wow, Cobras, man.
That's right. Exactly. That's right. So even if you bet on them and won and they cared to investigate that we knew each other and that, they would ask questions.
They would?
To me, they would, yeah.
So let's say I'd say I pick Cobras to win and you score a brace or something. That would something.
But the thing is, like I knew I was going to score. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It is stupid, but there was ones like Trippier. Trippier told his family to put money on him that he was going to go to Newcastle.
Yeah, right.
He didn't get banned. That's worse.
Yeah,
he was pretty much giving. He knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, that's. I didn't even know you can bet on transfers. That's even another.
Just bet on it's crazy.
So,
I know.
Yeah, inside trading for sure.
Oh, big time. Chris goes, I think Kane will win the Golden Boot. I think
Haaland.
If Haaland doesn't get an injury, he'll win it. I mean, listen, Kane did amazingly to score 30 goals for Tottenham. That's next level, but.
Well, this will all be in our predictions as well. Golden Glove, top goal scorer, and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
we want
the chat next week.
We want the chat to join along to get their predictions as well. It's a bit of fun. But yeah, man, it's getting close, man. I can't believe we're 12 days, 13 days away, which is just, it's gone really quick. This transfer.
Yeah, I know, man. I remember I was saying it to you last week. There's been a season, an off season, a pre-season, and the start of a season. And footy has still only had half a season, and they complain that they play too much. It's soccer's it's about to have 2 seasons in the time they have one, and they're complaining that they get a 5-day break. Fuck no, man.
Jeez.
Apparently it is 2-0 for the Matildas. The boys are saying.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, so I mean, we've touched on that. We've touched on obviously, we said, we'll do our predictions next week. We've touched on the transfers. Anything else you want to say about Højlund? I'm pretty pumped for him, man. I think it's a real good signing. I know it's 70 million, but who isn't 70 million these days?
Yeah, I know. Look, you pay a bit more, obviously, for strikers, don't you? They're the goal scorers. That's why I'm not overly upset that it's a lot of money because it's a striker. I think they deserve the big bucks in transfers. But look, is raw. I think you have to say is raw. He's young. He's 20 years old. So I think us as United fans, we've got to be a little bit patient with the kid. We can't expect him to hit the ground running, even though we probably would dream and love for him to do that. But I think Ten Hag's a great coach for him. He'll bet him in. He'll put his arm around him. He'll help him transition into the Premier League, because obviously the Serie A is a completely different league. But look, he's got the physicalities to be a good player. He's good on both feet. He's got that goal ounce in him. I've seen those clips. He looks very hungry as a youngster. And he loves Man United. So his boyhood team is United, and he's always wanted to play for us. As soon as he heard that we were in for him, that's all he wanted to move there straight away. So look, it's all music to our ears as Man United fans, and we've got to be excited. He's not going to be like Haaland, obviously, but look,
let's hope.
Their names are pretty similar, but hopefully they can be similar as well. So they got Haaland, we got Højlund. It's going to be.
That's right.
It'll be funny when we play him. It's just like Haaland, Højlund.
I know.
It's going to be pretty funny.
Listen, I said this to you the other week off air. Like, let's say Greenwood wasn't going through any of his problems and that, and like a club came in for him. We'd want that money for him too. So Højlund is meant to be this young, generational talent, they're saying, like Greenwood was. If someone had come in for Greenwood, we would have been like, 100 million. So, it is what it is. Like you said, he's a goal scorer. You pay money. The guys that win games. Like you said, he's got that goal scorer in him. Whereas me and Rob talked about that last week. Like Rob was saying, because when he got put up front, when he used to play, he might be able to do all the things, but he lacked that instinct like a goal scorer has to get in these positions, make that, certain run. Like those, you see him, you think, how's Inzaghi or Van Nistelrooy? He's always getting this tap in because they got an instinct for it. And it's true, man. Goal scorers have that instinct. So, hopefully we can just create the chances for him, like we've said. And I'm thrilled with him, man. I hope United can go on to, if Ten Hag wants Amrabat, so be it, man. Get Amrabat. That's the way I am. Like I just want him to get who he wants, because I think he's pretty much got his. Listen, I think Kane was his number one target. Obviously, Levy was playing hardball. We didn't get him, but I think he wanted Kane and Højlund. That's what they're saying. So he wanted Højlund. He got him. He wanted Mount, obviously, because it was the first signing. He got him. He wanted Onana because he let the Golden Glove, 4-time Player of the Year, walk out the door, and he got him. So, like last year, he got Martinez, got Malacia. He hasn't really got a transfer wrong yet. The only one you can say is a bit up in the air, we said it, is Anthony. But he still scored 7-8 goals. You give him this year. So I'm 100% behind him, man. 100% behind Ten Hag. And I think it's a good signing.
Yeah, look, exciting times at Man United. Are you excited with the away kit?
Did you say Ali likes it?
I think he said he likes it. I mean, you got to get used to it, don't you? It's the green.
I don't know, man. It's a bit Panathinaikos. If it could be green like ammonia, I'd like it. But it's got a bit of Panathinaikos about it. I don't know. The red light, listen, it's okay. I'm sure it's okay. It's okay.
We've never had green associated with Man United. We've never had
weird.
any type of green colour. Or maybe Houghton Heath, back in the day. I don't know. They had a bit of green.
Maybe. Don't know, maybe. But listen, it is what it is. Hopefully, what I don't get is if we're not clashing, just wear red. Like, I think Andy Cole said it the other day, like we were wearing it. And he was like, I don't know why we're not wearing red. He's like, we're not. They're wearing white. He goes, and this is even more of a clash. Like, just wear red. Like, it's.
It is.
It's, I don't get it. But,
what was that away Guernsey that we wore and we lost and Ferguson banned?
He made him take it off at half time. That was the one in 93 or something against Southampton. It was like that bluish. It was weird. It was like grey blue. It was like the worst colour and it looked like vomit. And he made him take it off at half time. We got spanked 5-0 and we never saw it ever again.
Yeah, we never.
He blamed the tops. He blamed the tops. He goes, my players couldn't see each other. It was like full blame the tops. Like, but that's the beauty of Sir Alex, man. He can blame T-shirts for losing a game. He's the best.
He can do what he wants.
He does what he wants. Does what he wants. But yeah, on that,
wow.
that's we've pretty much touched on everything for this week. Next week we may go a bit longer. We'll do our predictions, like you said. We'll pick our golden boots, our golden gloves. We'll give our. I think we'll give our. Next week we might give our top 10. I reckon. So we'll start thinking from now, and we'll do our bottom 3. We'll see who we think's going to go down, and we'll try do a top 10 each. And I'll try to get Rob, since he's not going to be there, I'll get Rob to send me his, and I'll bring it up on the screen. I'll try to get him to send me his top 10, and bottom 3 we'll do, and then golden boot, golden glove, and player of the year, and we'll do player of the year as well. So
yeah, sounds good. And we encourage the chat to chuck their opinions in as well.
Definitely, guys. And like I said, if you want us, everyone who's in the Discord, if you want to do an EPL tipping comp, say so in the Discord, and we can do it. It's just on that ESPN Footy Tips app too, so it's real simple to do. We'll put a code out through there, and we can do it. But other than that, it's been a real good show. Any final thoughts, man?
I'm just really excited, man. Now that I know that it's only like 13 days away, I'm pumped. I'm ready to go, and I'm happy that football and Premier League are on. It's a great time of the year, so springtime is coming, and it's a great time of the year. Looking forward to it.
It's good, and we get some early games here at the start of the year because of the daylight savings and that. So that's good for us. We'll get to do some early games. Hopefully, I might try do the first game, Burnley. I think it's Burnley City. I may try do a watch along. We'll see if we can do it. If all of us, I don't know how many of us will be available. See what we can do. One of those games. Actually the Saturday game. I think I was going to try to do was Arsenal someone, because Burnley City. I think Burnley City is Friday night here, like Saturday morning, and then there's an Arsenal game at about 9:00. We might try to do that one. We'll see what we can do, guys. But other than that, we'll be back Tuesday next week, so John can make it and we can do our predictions. And yes, Chris said, see us tomorrow night. We're going to be doing our podcast on our road to monetization celebration night. So please, everyone, join in for that. JG is in the house. So please, everyone, join in for that. If you're new, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.
Peace.